Right, there we go. Right, I'd like to introduce somebody that has thankfully and fortunately been. I'm honoured in giving his time on what is Freedom Day out in America. He's willingly come on to give a message. He is the creator of the jurisdictionary How to Win in Court course and a 37-year attorney, a man of God, a man who God certainly speaks through, strong in spirit, strong in kindness, and has a very important message to share. So I'd like to hand over this platform to somebody I know will become a very dear friend, who's somebody I feel I know already, who's helped me through his course, and you know, I'd like to let's speak now. This is Dr. Frederick Graves. How are you, sir?
Very well, Damien. Very well. I have some thoughts to share, if I may, and then we could discuss it in general, however you wish.
Excellent. I would be pleased to hear, sir, and so will the audience.
The light of darkness shines too brightly. It is shining into every aspect of our lives. We do not see it because it is darkness. We see only its consequence: waste, ruin, the cries of children, mothers' tears, the confusion, division, and the blood of soldiers spilling endlessly in foreign fields. We are intrigued by the darkness. We revel in it. We hide in it. We perpetuate it by refusing to see the light God set on Calvary's hill, thinking what happened there is just religion that's no longer relevant in these modern times, so-called. We've let religion rob us of that light that could have ages past established better governments, fixedly dedicated to the rights of the common man, equality for all, and the guiding principle that protecting innocence is the principal principle. Religion has hidden Calvary's call to action by the self-interested motives of its myriad organizations that ignorantly compete over non-essentials. What religion could have done for humanity and could yet do has been abdicated. So the darkness remains, insidiously drawing us away from the light that calls us to unity, equality, and justice. That light still shines, though its glimmer is diminished by the darkness that is threatening us today, as it has throughout history, causing wars and the disease of dissension that hinders progress toward peace. The light, however dimmed by the persistent darkness of this age, burns still in the hearts of us all, a yearning each of us has to be noticed, to have opportunity to express our inner needs, to know peace in our home, to be secure in the knowledge that we and our loved ones are safe. We yearn to be governed by goodness, free from the madness of politics, free from the backbiting bitterness and the insanity that thinks reality can be compromised. We need to be equal to each other instead of competing and finding fault. We need to love each other truly, not only one-to-one, but through the mechanism of government that can provide for our need to cooperate in peace and prosperity. The light of Calvary still shines in the darkness, waiting for mankind to heed the call of the cross, to turn from the darkness of lies, to know and set hands to the labor that can overcome the darkness when we act in unity. Darkness has many names: division, deceit, dissension, duplicity, denial, and all that tears us apart when we could be uniting at last and working toward peace. Demanding equality in all things, protecting innocence, transcending the trappings of religion, to trust in God again and force our governments to comply. We can promote peace by publishing the principles of justice for everyone. Those sacred principles have too long been the merchandise of men and women of the bar who have, either intentionally or negligently, hidden them from us so they can rule us in our courts and legislative bodies, and increasingly lead us farther from the light that should be guiding governments rightly away from darkness. We need no longer let that darkness impede our progress toward peace. We can lift this lamp together now and drive darkness into hiding. Ignorance need no longer rule us. Truth stands resolute in our midst, awaiting our determination to no longer wait for others to guide our ship of state. Now is the time. Now is the dawn of decency that must and is coming forth in this very moment. Now we go to work. The light of darkness is intense right now. It shines in every heart, especially those that deny its destructive intent, those who ignore its insidious influence or imagine it will go away of its own accord. Every age has had an opportunity to oppose it, but thus far the opposition hesitated until the only option remaining was violence and war to reset the landmarks, when words of wisdom could have stopped the carnage and destruction. We can wait no longer. We dare not ask another generation to lift this lamp for us. We must act today. Justice education need no longer be the exclusive province of the bar and its law schools, where scholarship refuses to remember Calvary's call to action, where the reality of God is ignored, where justice is whatever 9 people say it is. We can be free at last, enjoying the blessings of liberty with justice for all. We can secure for our children a world where every one of us is truly equal in the eyes of our laws, where equality has meaning, where innocence is protected. That dream was once vibrantly alive in former generations, but now is threatened by the pressing tide of a deepening darkness we can turn aside. The light is truth. The lamp is liberty. The method is justice education. Not merely how to win in court and its rules of procedure and evidence, but the underpinning principles of common law that protect the common man. The golden rule, the call from Calvary's hill that tells us innocence must be protected from the collective will, and the rule of the sea, women and children first. We have forgotten our first love. We can revive the ancient dream of self-government under God, where every man and woman has an equal shot at success, and justice is no longer hidden from us. We can do this once we decide it can be done. Some have already begun, encouraging others to see that justice is the golden path to peace, the eternal goal, and justice education is the method we must set upon at once. Justice was perverted at Calvary. Jesus was murdered by judges who perverted the law, saying it is better that one innocent man die than that the nation be misled by this carpenter who challenges our authority to rule. That is what their motive was. Our governments are perverted today when we refuse to see our friend hanging on those hateful nails, calling us to work together to promote justice for everyone. Religion has nothing to do with it. Justice is Calvary's call. None can dispute this. Justice for everyone, without cost, without contention, without compromise. We must take justice from the bar and teach it in our schools and everywhere that offers opportunities to lift this lamp that belongs to the people, not the bar. Equality under law means nothing when law and its rules are known only by those who make it their merchandise, their stock in trade, their monopoly. Equality is our goal. Let us be forever mindful of this. The symbol of justice is the balance where both pans are held in equity. Innocence must be protected, never again sacrificed for the good of the collective. That was the lie that motivated those judges in Jerusalem to inveigle Pilate to have Jesus nailed to that bloody cross. The will of the collective must never outweigh the treasure of innocence. Never again. We in this present age are called to act for the good of all mankind, called by the sacrifice at Calvary and by the million sacrifices of soldiers fighting and dying for the yet unrealized dream of self-government under God with liberty and justice for all, according to the rule of law and faith renewed in the minds and hearts of every one of us together. Finally, and for the first time in human history, we have the tools of technology to do this, tools that never before existed, tools to teach justice to everyone. We need wait no longer. We can act now for the sake of the innocent children who will otherwise inherit the consequence of our failure to act. We must do what long ago should have been done. We must lift the lamp of liberty, promoting justice education for everyone. Truth no longer on the scaffold. God alive within us all.